Reapers are gone. They crash, blow up, something. I don't remember. It's been a little bit. And then immediately the signal goes to a mass relay, which makes it overload and practically explode. And you see this happening all throughout the galaxy. Then you see the Normandy in mid-transit trying to escape it. And I was like, wait a minute. Why is the Normandy in mid-transit? Wasn't it just fighting over Earth? They had no reason to leave. So then it gets caught in the shockwave force, energy disruption, whatever you want to call it, and crashes on some unknown alien world. And then the door opens up, and out comes my squad, which once again leaves another big question. When did my squad get back on Normandy? Correct me if I'm wrong, but they were fighting and leading troops on Earth. When did that happen? This isn't Star Trek. We can't beam up. Not that I know of. So, and again, that just raises even more questions. And then the last scene I had was of this rubble, and then you see Shepard breathing in. And that's it. The end, right there. I was like, what the fuck was that? And I was, I'm like, there better be an epilogue or something that tells me what happened next. What did my choices go to? And I didn't. Instead, I got this scene of some old guy talking to his grandson, I assume. I'm assuming that's the age difference. And talking about the legend of Shepard and possibility of exploring the stars and all that bullshit. I'm like, what the hell was that? And as I said, it's just riddled with plot holes. And it does not fit. None of it fit. I mean, granted, as I said, the obvious plot holes, Normandy would not be in mid-transit, it'd be above Earth, and my squad would not be on the Normandy. They would have no time. Okay, here's what I mentioned about the whole Reaper destroying people thing. This is part of the same plot hole. The two people with you were obviously, at one point, hit by the damn, well, maybe not directly, but at least blown back by the damn attack. And Shepard and Anderson are the only ones on the catalyst. Now, I know some people say that those two squad members were probably disintegrated right there, but I can also think that they might have also survived and, lack of better words, medevaced out. I mean, Shepard lived. I wouldn't doubt that not everyone in that scene was completely blown away. Shepard was the only one with the will to keep going. Is that could be debatable? I could say one or the other. It wouldn't make a difference to me. But as I said, you're on Earth. They're on Earth. So, it's like, how did they get there? Why is the Normandy in mid-transit? What's going on? And how does any of this make any sense? It doesn't. This doesn't feel like Mass Effect at that point. At that point, it feels like this bizarre mixture between Matrix Revolutions to be more specific, but I'm counting the franchise as a whole, or trilogy, and Deus Ex. I applaud you for ripping off Deus Ex, but not many games do. But it still doesn't fit. It doesn't fit for anything that's been established in this franchise. Even that being and the catalyst that gives you these choices, I'm just like, first of all, why does it take that the form it does? I won't describe what it is, but when you see it, it's like, really? You're just trying too hard at this point. I thought the dream sequences were trying too hard at that point. That is one of my lesser loved parts of the story. Because it's a good story, but they try too hard. And as I said, it just doesn't make sense. But I think I lost a argument I just had, didn't I? I said so. Okay, why does it take the form it took? And I had another thing in there, and I already forgot it. Crap. But I don't know. to be quite honest, I can think of a much better way this could play out. And mostly for the ending I went for. I mean, I've been trying to think of how other endings would work. Before I get to that, though, another little. This is more of a nitpick than a major issue, but a question I have. I had a readiness rating of over 6,000. Okay, and I looked at the guy. I actually had the scene happen. Why does Anderson only live if you have 4,000, but die if you have 5,000 readiness or more? Wouldn't that be the other way around? It just, I don't know. I need that one explained, because that, I was like, shouldn't Anderson live if you have a better readiness rating? Why would Anderson die if it's lower? I mean, I had other ideas of why, but apparently it wasn't true at all. So, I don't know. That one was a bit of a nitpick. But as I said, I could envision a much better ending. I could envision a better yet almost just as lazy ending that would have brought me some closure. Still would have pissed people off, but would have brought some closure. The only reason I could see the ending why this ending happened was because time constraints, programming issues, laziness. I don't know. I'm not the company. I can't really dictate what they were thinking, but I can bitch. What is that? I mean, when I originally saw these, I figured the ending was just lazy in the way that it was kind of gone down the Dragon Age route, where it's like this still picture text thing. I would have been able to live with that. I know a lot of people would have bitched, but I would have been able to live with it. At least would have told me where my choices led, what happened afterwards, blah, blah, blah. No, I didn't get that. Instead, I got this thing. I don't even know how to describe it. I just did, actually, but it's a sensation that I don't know how to describe. And it really feels like I dreamt it, because it just didn't feel real. It just didn't fit. It's like I had a dream about something that made sense, and then it goes off to crazy land. And that's exactly what happens here. Here's an ending that would have worked a lot better. As I said, with the scene with Shepard and Anderson there, watching the L stuff unfold, and if you did have to implement a choice, would it be about right there, or right before you sit down with Anderson? Either the questions that the entire game was trying to have you choose: control or destroy. Would you control the Reapers, or would you destroy them? Most people would choose the destroy route, because let's be honest here, why would you want to control them? Unless you are really, not power hungry, but I have a hard time seeing that working. That's just me. But after that, and then you see the scene of the Reapers either going away or dying within the Crucible sending, I'm going to say, a kill code at this point, because I'm still trying to figure out how it'd work. It says this massive computer virus that wipes out all the damn Reapers. Just a guess. That's the laziest thing I can think of. Unless you could think of something better, leave a comment about that. But then I could see this would be if the Shepard lives or not route. I mean, after that scene, I could see troops getting into the Crucible and then securing it with whatever's left. And then the next thing you have would be either a ship coming down, and either be a casket or it'd be Shepard coming out. The live or die thing. Either one works. Either one sounds a lot better. And then there's this celebratory thing, or doing the whole death of Spock thing, for lack of better words. And I could, as I said, I wanted to see where my choices led. I wanted to see what happened to my squad after that point. Which either could have been that still text thing, or actually narrated by Shepard And it would just show the people, your squad members, show various races that are on Earth. They're all fighting there anyways. And say what happens. What happens to the Krogan if you cure or don't cure the genophage. What happens to the Quarians and Geth. What happens to your love interest, whether you're alive or not. My love interest was Liara. I was curious if if Shepard would disappear into the galaxy with Liara and maybe have little blue babies. I don't know. That's like the happiest ending I can think of. One thing I will spoil, which made me laugh my ass off, and I really would like to see an epilogue sequence of that, was Tali and Garrus getting together. That happens right before the end, and I honestly laughed very hard when I saw that. I was like, oh my god, that's great. It didn't make sense. Those two have been in this since the beginning, and they've been with Shepard every step of the way. Not shocking something happens. Granted, someone's gonna have to tell me what if anything like that happens if you've romanced Tali or Garrus and someone else is there. I'm kind of curious. But as I said, what I just described is what I could have seen as the ending. And it would have worked. It would have at least gave you closure. And then we could have had an epilogue sequence with the legend of Shepard and the Old Man. If you really wanted to keep it. Which, even with the ending I had, would have made just as much sense. But overall, it's this... Yeah. I mean, I hear a lot of people out there making petitions to have BioWare change the ending. I've heard a lot of people hoping there'd be DLC to make a fourth ending. At this point, if they didn't want to change the entire fucking coding system, I would have to say the fourth ending, if they do make one, would be chosen by shooting the being in the face. Would make me feel better. Yeah, and as I said, there's people out there trolling like you wouldn't believe. I can't believe I really have not seen as much outrage with this ending as I had with anything else. Even the Star Wars franchise hasn't gotten this much rage. And they've got some serious hardcore haters. One of them's not me. I'm not hardcore enough of a fan to hate everything LucasArts does. But I think it pretty much concluded everything I wanted to talk about. I guess this last bit's just simply a plea to BioWare. I need answers, alright? Even if you won't change the ending, which would annoy me, but as I said, I work with gaming. I've worked with programmers. Granted, I'm mostly an actor, but I've been involved with like projects that I know how long this stuff takes. I know how hard it is. But as I said, this is just kind of a plea to BioWare. I need answers. Please tell me, why did you do what you did? And if I hear the answer is because we want money for DLC, which would be a low blow, I will probably. Well, there's nothing I really can do. But still, I just need answers. Please, someone give me answers. And for the rest of you viewing this, if you have better ideas for what you thought the ending would be like, please, nothing stupid. Like, I don't know, it's like all of a sudden a meteor hits everything and blows it off and go, ha ha ha. I really don't want to see comments for that kind of stupid thing. But if you have ideas for an ending that you thought would have made sense, especially if you want to give a choice system to it, leave a comment about it. Alright? I don't know. If I get in the mood, I may do this again with another game or something. A pretty large library. But either way, until next time I actually post something on here, this is Maleficent5 saying goodbye.